All right, and we are off. So this is game 21 of the Legions League. Let's get right into it. So we have on the left here, we have, actually it's not on the left, it's really on the bottom. We have Lduzo playing as the Vietnamese. They're playing as Runestones. He's in the red here. We have Darth Masala playing as the Hindustanis in the middle. And then we have Boston Strain playing as the Poles in the purple. So they're kind of more like on the left/bottom of the map. And then their name is Iron Casting. They have a team name. Very excited about that. And then in the northern/rightal regions on Runestones here, you're going to have Snaky Pringle's team. So we have Tamer Caribou playing as the Vietnamese. We have Chief Boy, a.k.a. Solo Ghost, playing as the Franks in the middle. He always goes Franks. Not always, but has gone Franks a lot, I should say. And then we have, I believe this is Snaky Pringle, who's the captain, in the gray, kind of on the right here. So Snaky Pringle, pretty close to Lduzo. In the pocket, we have Masala and Solo Ghost. Boston Train is the Poles. You don't see a lot of the Poles getting picked. Poles take a little while to get going. So we'll see how that works out. You don't see them getting picked as the flank here, but I guess it does happen. Iron Casting hasn't played a lot of games. I think they had some issues with whatever team Masala was on beforehand, where he wasn't really they weren't playing, so they had to make a new team or join another team. It was a whole thing. I don't know. This is on the new patch, but not everyone is using the TC to kill their boar, as we're seeing. And people are just used to not using their TC to kill the boar. This was played the day after the patch came in, so maybe no one was really ready for it. The new patch, you can use the TC to kill the boars. So all right, so what do we expect here? So Runestones, obviously you have a couple extra relics in the middle. You have the team's, somewhat wallable, but you're a little bit more out in the open. It's a little bit more of an open map. You expect early aggression. You expect maybe some early attacks. I'm thinking, Vietnamese here, probably going to be making archers, right? You have Snaky Pringle. Oh, I didn't say Snaky Pringle's playing as the Shoe. The Shoe I'm not as familiar with. I played with him a bunch in the very beginning. Where are you, Snaky Pringle? Right here. So they have great siege. They have great siege kind of getting into towards the mid-late game. And archery units at the range of blacksmith upgrades are cheaper. So you can think archers early and then kind of going into siege later. There's a long boar lore here for Tamer Caribou. I put the elos up on the top for the team. So the average team elo for Iron Casting is 1626, and the average team elo for Snaky Pringle's team is 1623. Now, I don't know if that's a good reflection. So Solo Ghost, a.k.a. Chief Boy, playing up here as the Franks, was a top, a number one player basically for a long time. And they're I got 2100 elo, I think, on the old account. This account, I don't think has played any 1v1s. And then you have Tamer Caribou. Tamer Caribou is 1420 on the ladder, and Snaky Pringle is 1370. For Snaky Pringle, for sure, I would say 1370 does not reflect their real elo. I would say that they're much higher. I just looked it up. I don't think that they've played a lot of 1v1s. At least not on this account. Maybe they have other accounts. I don't know. But pretty standard build for most players right now. We have yellow on the way up. We have red on the way up. Purple, not so much. Idle TC is usually a good indicator of kind of what everyone's level is. Darth Masala, 1 second. Chief Boy, 4 seconds. Everyone else between 25, 50. Darth Masala is the highest elo on Iron Casting here. So Darth Masala usually has a pretty good build, playing as the Hindustanis. So Hindustanis is another one I don't play with a ton. Looking at their tech tree right now. So Camel Riders attack 20% faster is their big thing. So Camel Riders going up against the Franks could be pretty darn good. And they have very, very good camels. I think someone told me they have the best camels in the game before, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I think Saracens are up there. Looks like we have some deer pushing going on here. I heard an attack bell, but I don't see really any attacks going on. Might have just been a TC. But everyone getting up into feudal age right around now. We have purple trying to get a nice wall up. We just have a little bit of a scout battle here. The game sounds are based on like who you're spectating, so I think I'm spectating Darth Masala. It doesn't really matter because you can see everyone what they're doing. Ooh, and Red over here. Red, what are you doing? Stealing some cows, I see. So Red got some cows. Not sure whose cows those were. They were back here somewhere. They must have been Snaky Pringle's cows. So I don't know if that was just lack of scouting over there or what it was from Snaky Pringle. Archery range coming up for Lduzo, or is up for Lduzo. Has an archer and a skirmisher being made. So interesting, not committing. We have scouts coming out for Darth Masala. Darth Masala I played with a bunch, and he really is good with scouts early on. It's the only real aggression I'm seeing at the moment. Solo Ghost has some scouts. They're just building up in the stable here. Now they're coming out. We have 3 scouts from Solo Ghost coming out. I gotta say Chief Boy. 3 scouts for Chief Boy coming out. And we have the scouts for Darth Masala forward. Darth Masala trying to go for Snaky Pringle. Snaky Pringle's pretty walled up over here, though. It's not going to be easy. See anything's going on in the north. Nothing I see. Here's where these scouts are. So, Chief Boy's scouts are finding some of the straggler scouts right now from Darth Masala. 1 scout goes down for Darth Masala. We have no upgrades on Darth Masala scouts, no upgrades on Chief Boy's scouts. So it's really going to come down to numbers and micro. And Snaky Pringle has some units coming up behind here as well. Red, more of a defensive army. Looks like some skirmishers, an archer. That's Lduzo is the Vietnamese. So no real damage done yet. No real damage done. A lot of these players are kind of taking it easy, taking it slow. Chief Boy is moving in with their scouts, and there is a hole back here in Lduzo's base. Now Chief Boy is moving away. Chief Boy must see something happening. These armies are very close to each other. There's armies from both Masala and Lduzo that are together, and there's also armies from Chief Boy and Snaky Pringle that are together. I like seeing this in the team games. I like seeing how well they can work together. I know when I'm playing like a 2v2 and I'm on the Xbox chat with a buddy, I know I'm screaming at him. I'm saying, attack the skirmishers! I got the scouts! It looks like Snaky Pringle's duo over here is doing a little bit better. But they are on the attack. Masala and Lduzo are on the defense. And then up north here, let's see, we have a couple of scouts kind of moving around from Boston. Boston trying to get into Blue's base. Blue just has some archers on defense. Now Masala's got a lot of scouts over here. 8 scouts over here for Masala. Masala has 7 scouts in queue out of one One stable. That's interesting. And Masala's putting up a tower here. Doesn't like what they see. And Masala's getting double teamed here. Both Snaky Pringle and Chief Boy are both on Masala. Masala has the scout numbers, but it's going to be tricky to take those armies. The tower does go up for Masala, so that's going to at least buy some time. And he's got a nice safe wood line. Can still take gold over here. And teammate Lduzo comes over to help. And it looks like the army from the right is going up north here. And up north, Boston Strain is up here. Is walled, but a lot of scouts can get through there. But the army from Masala is ready to help. The army from Snaky Pringle, don't know where it went exactly. We got 13 scouts here. Yeah, it's not a fight you want to take, Masala. It's going to be a tough fight. Just, yeah, you got to buy your teammate some time. And he's able to get some walls up. The full work block. Interesting. Kind of like it. But Lduzo is coming to help. They could kind of trap Snaky Pringle in here, actually. Lduzo's just a little bit slow with all these skirmishers. This is where the fight's happening, though. And Boston Strain is going ahead and ringing that bell. I'm looking at my Twitch right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this overlay for now. Yeah. That's a chat overlay, but like I said, this is not a time I get a lot of viewers, so no need to have a chat overlay if no one's chatting. People join, I'll throw it back on there, I guess. I gotta make it transparent or something, though. I'll work on that. Alright, so this battle is pretty much cleared up. Red is moving forward, or red is moving back, I should say. So it's purple, yellow, and red together. Blue has a big army just in their base, though. So Tamer Caribou has pretty good numbers there, but hasn't moved out, hasn't made any attacks. And now it looks like yellow and red are moving towards Chief Boy. Chief Boy is actually in Castle Age right now. First one in Castle by a mile. So Chief Boy had a good scout rush and also was able to get the castle fast. So that's pretty solid. Red knocking on the gates of Snaky Pringle. And yellow's there with them. Yellow and purple just clicked up, so the team on the right is up to Castle Age. Two already up to Castle Age and one on the way. Before anyone on the team on the left, before Ironcasting is up. So, I mean, first to Castle Age is always helpful, especially when you've been on the attack and have done some damage. You know, if nothing else, making Boston Strain ring their bell is pretty good damage. But now we're going to have knights coming in. So Masala is still a minute away from being in Castle Age, so can't make any camels to defend from these knights. And these knights are definitely going to be able to get some damage here. These knights already have 7 kills. And I'm guessing mostly villagers. 10 kills now. Oh, this is tough to watch. That is an attack if I ever saw one. 17 kills for these knights. There's 7 knights here. That was a disaster for Masala. I don't know how Masala's going to recover from that. That is as bad as it possibly gets. 23 kills. 25. Chief Boy has 31 kills for these knights. This is the original 6 knights that were sent here, too. Now there's more. All right, so those knights, they've done everything you need to do. And on the back side of this, we have knights going after the archers. We have knights going after the scouts. Yeah, this is sick for Chief Boy. This is absolutely sick for Chief Boy. And the second TC coming up. So Chief Boy basically went full 3 TC knights as soon as they got to Castle Age, and now adding the second TC. And meanwhile, we have blue in Purple's base here. Doing work. And this is getting ugly for iron casting. This is getting real ugly for iron casting. Iron casting does have the camels now. What's the villagers for? Masala has 14 villagers. 14 villagers is bad. Red does have a big economy going. Red has a nice boom, but it's only off of 1 TC right now. And we have a 3rd TC going up for Chief Boy. And Boston is just back in their base. And the camels are here, but the crossbows from Snaky Pringle. Pretty sick. And now the knights are in. And I'm pretty sure these knights are not fully upgraded, but they're missing 1 attack upgrade, I think. Purple's marking their base, but I don't think the teammates can help you because they're over here. Yeah, Purple's asking for help. They're just fully there, and that's it. That's game 21. So I'm actually streaming, so I can just go right into the next game. Let me go ahead and take a look at the statistics. Yeah, that game, it just got out of hand real fast. Just got out of hand real fast. Just going to go through them real quick. I know some people like to see these things. Go back to society for 1 second. And then APM. APM from Boston. 223 peak. That's funny. All right, let me get into the next game. All right, so it was a success and a failure doing the whole Twitch stream and recording. The first game came out fine, which you should have just watched. Second game, I'm going to have to redo, so I'm redoing that now. I'll work the kinks out. It'll take, the rest of my life. I'll figure it out. So I have, it's a rematch, actually, but there's a couple different players here, right? So we still have Lduzo playing as the Magyars over here in the purple. We still have Darth Masala playing as the Huns in the yellow. One of Darth Masala's favorite civs. He loves scout rushing with the Huns. You don't have to build houses. It's great. And then we have a new player, Kaio Sushi Master, who is taking the place of... Who played in the last game? It's been a while. Darth Masala played... Boston Strain. So Boston Strain's taking a rest. And we have Kaio Sushi Master playing as the Khmer. Now, in the other squad, they also have a couple changes here. So Tamer Caribou is playing as the Japanese. Now... Snaky Pringle playing as the Italians, who I think I've seen Snaky Pringle play as a few times. And White Widow is stepping in for it was Solo Ghost Chief Boy is stepping in for Solo Ghost / Chief Boy, playing as the Berbers. So we're playing on Land Madness. Land Madness I like. Big fan of Land Madness. It's tough to wall Land Madness. You have to be a little bit more creative because you can't. This little area here where the stone is, it's like rocky terrain basically. You can't wall there. Now this is after the patch. I'm still not seeing a lot of players killing the boar with the TC. I mean, I'm doing that, and I'm like a lower elo than pretty much all these guys. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this has to be the old patch because the new patch does not work. No, the old patch doesn't work on Capture Age right now. Like you have to go back in time on the Age of Empires, which I've tried many times and I'm not able to do it. There's like a couple different ways to do it and it's super complicated and hard. Yeah, Kaio Sushi Master was building a bad lumber camp. rethought that for a second, so that's good. But now, if you see up here, so Snaky Pringle's team that won last game with Chief Boy is 1480 elo average. Iron Casting, 1648 elo. So the team on the right is definitely the better team in terms of overall elo. But we'll see how that plays out in an actual match here. Right now, everyone's kind of on their way to be on their way to get up. Someone got housed here. Red got housed, so Red's getting loom. And has a panic house with 3 bills. Always fun. Playing as the Khmer. Khmer are a very good civ. I think they're one of the better civs in the game. I recently did a whole... I'm still working on it. I'm not finished with it yet. I'm doing a tower rush with every civ. And just playing as the Khmer just feels so smooth. You know, the farming is just super nice. Not having to build the extra 2 buildings to go up is super nice. Usually, what other things do the Khmer have here? So farmers don't need to drop stuff off. You don't need to build a mill. You don't need to build buildings to go to the next stage. They garrison in houses, and battle elephants move faster. So they really don't have any like necessary bonuses on archers or cavalry or infantry. But it does seem, for whatever reason, people go scouts with them a lot. I think because of the farming. But you can go anything with them. So they're pretty versatile civ, I think. Now, Darth Masala is the Huns. Huns, typically, you're going to see cavalry from, or you're going to see, like, cav archers, right? Cav archers are cheaper, and I guess they also don't really have too many, like, cav bonuses, or any cav bonus. They just tend to go cavalry in the beginning. They have strong cavalry, though, I'm pretty sure. I think they get all the upgrades. You can see the upgrades here. Here. Yeah, so they get full upgrades all the way to Paladin, and they get all the armor and everything. They have bloodlines and everything, too. So I think that's why you probably see them. So not necessarily like a cavalry civ. Do they say they're a cavalry civ, actually? Siege and Elephant. So they don't have any necessary bonuses, but they tend to work with cavalry pretty well. Now, Snaky Pringle playing as the Italians. Italians are pretty much always going archers. And then also being on the flank here, pocket here. Usually the flanks are going archers, typically. But we shall see. We shall see what these players decide to do. Lduzo playing as the Magyars. Magyars just got a buff. I believe several buffs on the Magyar Hussar, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what the exact buffs were. But I think that they're either cheaper, or they move faster, or there's something, or they do more damage. Something changed with the Magyar Hussar. I wish I had the exact information for you, but I do not. A lot on wood here from Snaky Pringle. Usually means you're going to see maybe a couple of archery ranges on gold already, which also indicates you're going to go to archery ranges. And we have an archery range going up right now. Masala's in the yellow here. We're going to see some scouts coming out from Masala, I'm sure. And we have 2 archery ranges going up for blue as the Japanese. Japanese, I believe, get all infantry bonuses. But obviously they can do anything. Anyone can do anything in Feudal Age, really. Feudal Age, there's not too many bonuses that like make and break the difference. There's a couple of civs that they get, extra attack, or they get faster producing, things like that. You get kind of a buff early on. But in terms of like what you're going to make, it's not usually too determined on your civ. It's more determined on your positioning and what you want to do. Because you can always switch when you get to Castle Age. And we have a mark over here, blue marked over, no, yellow marked over here. I just want to kill this scout. This is a forward scout from... Wow, they are converging on this scout. That is... They really don't want that scout there. Okay, fair enough. Double archer ranges from blue, though. Meanwhile, down here we have a couple of scouts from Lduzo. Lduzo is the Magyars. Lduzo is making scouts. Got pushed away by a scout and a few archers and a spear. And we do have an archery range up from Lduzo as well, making some skirmishers. And Masala getting some damage on Tamer Caribou in the north here. Tamer Caribou has 6 archers here, though. 6 archers versus like 5 scouts here. And red's also coming here to double team. So we have yellow and red double teaming blue up here in the north. We have the scouts from purple. It looks like they're kind of running away. He added a handful of skirmishers behind it. But the double team up here, and now green is coming to help blue. So far, all the aggression is coming from the right to the left. So it's coming from Iron Casting to Snaky Pringle's team. And blue and green have more of the numbers here. And Darth Masala is going to back off. I mean, I like that. I like that these guys are trying to work in unison. You know, you don't see every game where they're working in unison. Sometimes you see they're all doing their own thing. Purple lost a scout here. Teal has a pretty big run, but Teal was trying to go forward, and then Teal came back to deal with this. Teal is on their own, going kind of 1v1 in the south, while the two teams in the north are sort of fighting each other in blue's base. But Masala, it's got a big army here. 10 scouts from Darth Masala. He's going all in on this feudal age right now. But the thing is, you know, the only risk you make with that, making that many scouts, you know, 10, 10's a lot. That's 800 food, right? Is you need to get damage, otherwise you need to at least get damage or create a reaction, right? That's a smart one. And it looks like, you know, done pretty well. These scouts have 4 kills. Only 1 eco kill. I'm trying to find my screen here, I'm sorry. Alright, here's the eco kills here. So Darth Masala has, only 1 eco kill. Lduzo has 4. Those are mostly the scouts early. Lduzo's building a bit of an army here. So it's kind of these two on the bottom, Snaky Pringle and Lduzo, are going at it. And the two on the top are going at it. We have the scouts coming in. Darth Masala, he's still collecting them, waiting for blue. Blue's come down to help green here. Masala is going to loop around the back side, see if they can do any damage on that side. And where's red? Red's going to blue's base. This is the problem with blue right now being in position to help green. Now blue sees it, is bringing their army back north. Good reaction for blue. Good reaction. Got the villagers out of there. Probably a little bit of extra idle TC time. A little bit of extra idle hill time for sure. So I think the team on the right's kind of doing what they have to do. They're keeping the aggression on. Snaky Pringle's team has decent army, but they're just on defense. I think especially from Darth Masala. I don't know what was just marked, but something was just marked by somebody. Oh yeah, purple just marked Teal's base. And purple is telling Darth Masala to go in there and deal with some of these archers with your scouts. And they're going to try to 2v1 this. So Masala really doing a great job of going back and forth north to south. And now we got a big battle here. Big battle. And not a whole lot of units dead there. I think 3 scouts may have died from purple, maybe 1 from green. They're still kind of just feeling each other out, having a prize fight here. And Masala doing a good job of controlling these. Meanwhile, in the north, these archers are doing work to these villagers. And where is Blue's army? Blue's army's here. Blue just needs to defend their own base because I feel they're getting pulled out of position and they're taking losses. Meanwhile, down here, this is the fight you want to see. Green has no army here. Green only has 2 scouts, and they all just went down before that. So right now, we're just talking Masala and Lduzo are just doing war deals. Echo KD team-wise, we have 7 kills from Iron Casting and 0 from Snaky Pringles. I'm not surprised because Snaky Pringles' team has not been able to. They haven't gone to the right one time. I think Snaky Pringle tried in the beginning and then got pulled back because it was a scout rush. Now, I'm curious, this Lduzo started with scouts, then very quickly switched into archers. I don't know if that was like a pre-planned thing, like just do a small scout attack and then switch to archers, or if it was kind of just don't make scouts. Just you don't need more scouts because Masala has so many. Masala was going to have so many. Alright, we have Castle Age coming in for almost everyone right now. Everyone on the right team, I should say. Darth Masala is the only one who hasn't come on the right team. He's busy doing damage with his knights here. Okay, so our Khmer player is the first to castle here. They're adding a second TC. They're getting their crossbow upgrade, so they're going to stick with crossbow. There's the Khmer. Khmer, I think, are fine with crossbow going into early Castle Age. I don't think you want to stick with them necessarily late Castle Age. I think they're missing some upgrades. Let's check that real quick. So the Khmer, yeah, they're missing Bracer, and they're missing the second armor upgrade. Yeah, so you really don't want to stick with archers with the Khmer. Khmer, whatever. Whatever you want to call them. It's not by me. And Snaky Pringle's team is kind of being able to push away a little bit. Lduzo's running back with just archers. These are just archers, too. Lduzo just got to Castle Age, and is going to lose all these archers before they're going to be crossbows. So you never want to have that happen. You never want to lose your archers before you can make a crossbow, like right when you get to Castle Age. That's a little rough. We have another archery range going up. And we already have 2 staples. Lduzo, he's mad. I'm just not sure what the 2 stables and 3 archery ranges, but they are getting the archer upgrade, so it looks like they're gonna stick with archers. Red is keeping blue kind of at bay here, but blue has a pretty nice wall. The only problem with this wall is it's somewhat easily ranged by a lot of these archers, like a lot of these farms. You know, villagers can't just work comfortably and freely. And Darth Masala is in Castle Age, and we have 4 stables from Darth Masala. And we have 12 knights coming out. Oh man, get ready. So just 1 TC for Darth Masala, pumping out 4 stable knights. So I mean, it's these knights are gonna do work. I can guarantee. Especially because Masala has really good control over his units. But you know, you're only gonna keep up 4 stable production for so long. At some point, you're just not gonna be able to build more. So this is kind of an early spike. You can get these knights early Castle Age, do some damage to them before your enemies are ready. Like green right here is not even in Castle Age yet. So these knights are gonna come in and Berbers can make great camels. They have a camel bonus. Hang on, what's the Berber camel bonus? Stable units are cheaper. I had another camel bonus, but either way, they have cheaper stable units. So they can make camels. But this is perfect timing from Masala. I mean, this could not have been better timing. Yeah, we have some camels coming out, but you're going to need I'd say for this many knights, you're going to need at minimum 8 to 10 camels just to scare them off and push them away. And that's a disaster right there. But the camels are coming out. I swore Berbers had a camel bonus, but I guess not. But they have camel archers, maybe that's what I'm thinking. All right, now Berbers are able to. That's enough camels. You can kind of push this back, but I think a lot of damage has been done. These knights have 25 kills just on these knights here. This group of 19, and some of them I think probably already died to some of those camels. Red is still here, being annoying to blue. Red also has 2 TCs. Purple with 2 TCs. We have some knights. We have some crossbows. But teal and green together here. I mean, this is not over at all. The only thing I like from the iron casting on the right here is that they're putting all the pressure on. And because basically these camels, like green just has to chase these knights around. Like green doesn't have a chance. Like you can't lose track of these knights. And we have some siege coming out from Lduzo as the Magyars here. Lduzo is making like an AI army, basically. Just like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's like a casserole, if you will. And perfect positioning for Masala and Lduzo here. Knights in front, crossbow, and scorpions in the back. Doing some work. Crossbow picked off by Darth Masala, and now Darth Masala is chasing some of these camels, and that's not quite enough camels to fight. 7 camels left. Not with the crossbow there. Knights and crossbow versus camel. Knights and crossbow will win that every time, as long as they're being used well. And man, White Widow's economy is not looking good. I feel bad for White Widow right now. This is Snaky Pringle, my bad. White Widow, let's see how your economy is. Oh, your economy is actually regrouping here. And meanwhile, Red has a castle drop on blue up top there. Tamer Caribou went for the 3 TC boom, and is kind of paying for it right now a little bit. Their Khmer Scorpions, 11 range Scorpions. One of the bonuses on the Scorpions on the range. I think it's just the range. Let's just take a look, why don't we? Okay, I don't see what I'm trying to look for. But it exists. Oh, Scorpions plus one range. That's the team bonus is Scorpions with more range. Okay. Everyone on the team has Good game. I think. I mean, the big difference to me was when Darth Masala got up to Castle Age and made 4 stable knights. It's just insanity. Eventually added 2 more town centers, which is pretty good. 4 stable knights at the start of Castle Age is just, that's insane. I actually want to go back in time and look at what the res situation looked like at that exact moment here. All right, so I'm gonna pause this. So we have 4 stables right now. We have 14 knights in queue. Hold on. So I'm gonna get to where we have 0 knights in queue. I'm gonna fast forward until I see the stables up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 stables. Pause. We have 4 stables, and Darth Masala's res. How do I see the res? It's over here. Darth Masala's res only has 247. Okay, hang on. Let's play it from here real quick. Okay, so Darth Masala actually already clicked up, or already clicked on 14. Darth Masala gets up with 20 on wood and 1,100 food. I mean, that's legit. That's just legit. He's taking Hunt over here, had 15 farms set up. And again, these stables, these are just made, these are just meant to get these knights out quickly. These are not meant to keep up constant production. This is something I'm sure, I don't think it happened by accident. I'm sure that Darth Masala planned this, and this is probably a build he's worked on before, because that's very aggressive. Because when we're doing, I mean, if you had two stables, right? 2 stables is a lot. 3 stables is a lot. But if you have 4, I mean, you're getting, you know, double or 33% more or so, and that's just insanity. All right, let's go ahead. I'm just gonna take a quick look at the stats here. I want to see Darth Masala. 81 kills, 47 losses. It's a lot. I want to see if there was any tribute. No tribute, so no one was slinging anyone. And Darth Masala wasn't using the market either. Kaio Sushi Master was using the market. 1,600 sold and bought. And what was Masala? Masala had pretty much a castle time faster than anyone, or as fast as anyone. A feudal time 1 second away from the fastest. And then had the 4 stable knights coming out. It's just insanity. All right, MVP, Darth Masala in this one, for sure. I mean, and as I remember, it's been a while since I watched the last game. It was like a few hours ago. But as I remember, I keep wanting to say Solo Ghost. Chief Boy. Chief Boy went knights into his base. So I think he learned a thing or two and wanted to mess with them. So G to the G. I'm going to go ahead and get this on YouTube. This is, all right, this is, while I have you here, and your attention, this is actually the most up-to-date game right now. So, the game 22, this is the most recently played game, and there will be more games played very soon in Legion's League. I'm going to try to get kind of an update of, like, the standings and everything, because I know some people are following along and probably kind of curious of who's winning and who's losing and all that. So I'll get that up. Should be this week, I'm hoping. I'm going to try to see if I can get Mazik on stream here one day, ask some questions, and maybe get a couple of the players too, and kind of just see how it feels from the inside for these guys. So stay tuned. See ya.